For you and me, getting a heat stroke can adversely harm our vital organs. Cars are no different. Heat can damage important components in the car. Climate change is only going to make our weather even hotter, and this will put your car under more strain. The risk of an overheating car has never been greater. If your car is relatively new, the chances of it overheating are low. But as the car ages and components such as the hoses and radiator wear out or get damaged, the risk of overheating increases. So, what can you do? Well, here are 4 tips that can help your car live a little longer and cooler. Tip number 1. Check for fluid leaks. As a car owner, this is the easiest thing you can do since it doesn't require a trip to the workshop. Before you get into your car and drive off, check the ground beneath the bonnet. Are there any fluids on the ground? You shouldn't worry if you see what looks like puddles of water on the ground. That's probably just condensation from the aircon system. Coloured liquid, on the other hand, is cause for concern. It could be a coolant leak and you should head to your workshop to have it checked out. Now, we aren't saying that you need to get on your hands and knees to peer under the car. A quick look from afar as you approach your vehicle is all that's needed. And if you want a closer look without breaking your back, just use your phone's camera. Tip number 2. Flush your coolant system periodically. Now, you're probably wondering what this means and why it's important. Flushing means draining and replacing the fluid in your cooling system. Your owner's manual will recommend how often this must be done. Your cooling system consists of 2 liquids, coolant and water. Coolant stops your car from overheating by raising the water's boiling point, and it helps prevent rust from forming. As the coolant is subject to high temperatures, it also wears out due to the buildup of impurities. And when this happens, it cannot keep the boiling point high, thus increasing the risk of your car overheating. This also means that its rust-inhibiting properties may be compromised. Flushing the system regularly will keep it healthy and help prevent your car from overheating. Tip number 3. Make sure your wiring is in order. If you thought car fires were typically caused by oil or fuel leaks, you'd be wrong. Statistics show that many car fires are actually electrical in origin. To be specific, fires are caused by worn wire insulation. As current flows, the wire heats up. And if the insulation is worn or thin, it may end up melting and heating the material surrounding the wire. Another reason for insulation melting is that the wire can't handle the voltage. So, for instance, if you've fitted aftermarket accessories, such as audio components, make sure your installer has used thicker wires to cope with the higher voltage. Tip number 4, replace your head gasket if it leaks. So we'll swap out the technical information for a more layman's explanation. Basically, the head gasket keeps the coolant from mixing with the lubricant or engine oil in your engine. However, the head gasket will eventually wear out due to the high temperatures and pressures it experiences. When this happens, coolant will mix with the oil and vice versa. So obviously, coolant cannot work as a lubricant and engine oil doesn't belong in the cooling system. Mixing these liquids compromises both systems and will eventually lead to your car overheating and breaking down. The head gasket does not cost much, but the labor charge to replace it will. That said, prevention is always better and cheaper than cure, so replace it the moment it begins to fail. So that's it. That's all you need to do to keep your car from overheating. Leave a comment if there are any tips that we may have missed out on, and of course share with us your own experiences in keeping your car running cool. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more car advice like this one, and follow us on TikTok at Sgcarmart for the fun stuff. Remember, take care of your car so that it can take care of you. So that's all. I'll see you in the next video. Bye! If you want a closer look without breaking your back, do use your camera's phone. Your phone's camera. Now you're probably wondering, okay. Pause when again. If you've fitted aftermarket, let's say again, if you've fitted, it's a weird alliteration, but okay.